Okay, if you're an entrepreneur or a wealth builder, you know the feeling, that gut punch moment when everything just seems to go wrong. We call them setbacks, but what if we've been looking at them all wrong? Today, we're going to reframe setbacks not as failures, but as your most valuable strategic guide. Let's get into it.
Yeah, this image right here, this captures that feeling perfectly. It's that universal moment in business. The stress, the frustration, the overwhelming sense that all your hard work is just unraveling. You've been there, I've been there. It's that raw, painful moment when a project collapses or a launch totally bombs.
And this quote, it just nails that exhausting feeling, right? It's like you're pushing this giant boulder up a hill, you finally make some progress, you gain a little ground, and then bam, it rolls right back over you, and you're somehow even further behind than when you started. It's demoralizing, for sure, but it's also trying to tell you something really important.
So, let's decode that message. The huge idea here is that a setback is not the end of the road. It's a signal. It's your business or your project trying to communicate with you. You know, the goal isn't to somehow avoid all setbacks. That's impossible. The real skill is learning how to listen to them.
This is the mental shift we all need to make. On one hand, you have the common view, which is purely emotional, right? We think, this is a failure, I made a mistake, it's a dead end. But if we look at it from the strategic view, that whole feeling transforms. It's no longer a failure, it's data. It's not a mistake, it's a signal. And, this is the big one, it's not a dead end, it's a recalibration point.
So what is this signal trying to tell you exactly? Well, it's this. You're not quite ready for what's next. I like to think of it like a video game. You can't beat the final boss until you've leveled up and gotten the right gear. A setback is just the game's way of telling you, hey, go grind a bit, level up your skills before you try this boss fight again.
So what does ready for the next phase actually mean? It really comes down to total alignment. You have to ask yourself, is our strategy actually robust enough to handle the next level of scale? Are our systems, the tech, the processes, are they going to buckle under more pressure? Is our team equipped with the skills they need to get there? A setback is almost always a sign that one of these things is out of alignment.
Here's another way to think about it. A setback is like the check engine light on your car's dashboard. It's not the engine exploding, it's just a calm, little alert telling you to pull over and check something before you try to hit 100 miles an hour. Because the truth is, the strategy that got you here probably won't get you there. The setback is just the messenger letting you know.
But what happens if you ignore that warning light? What if you see the signal, you feel the frustration, but you just decide to floor it anyway? Well, that's when you enter a very dangerous cycle.
We've all heard this one before, right? It's the classic definition of insanity, but applied directly to business strategy. You hit a wall, you get frustrated, and your immediate reaction is to just hit the same wall again, only harder this time. It doesn't work. The wall doesn't care how hard you hit it. You need to find a way around it.
And this is what we call the insanity loop. It's so dangerous because it's a closed system where you keep pouring in all your time and energy, but no real progress ever comes out. This is the fast track to total burnout where you're not just tired, you start to believe that nothing you do will ever work. Getting out of this loop is absolutely essential.
Okay, so how do we break the loop? How do we actually use the setback the way it was intended? We have to move from reacting to recalibrating. This is the path forward. These are the practical steps to turn that painful moment into your next big breakthrough.
Breaking the loop really comes down to a simple three-step process. First, you have to acknowledge the signal. Don't fight it, don't ignore it, just stop, pause, and listen. What is this setback really trying to tell you? Second, you identify the outdated pattern. Dig into the data. Where's the weak link? Is it your marketing, your management style, your pricing? Find the root cause. And third, you architect a new approach. This is the fun part where you innovate. Based on what you learned, you design a new strategy that actually prepares you for that next phase.
So if you take away just one thing from all this, let it be this. A setback is not a stop sign. Think of it more like a yield sign. It's just a moment to pause, look around, and maybe, just maybe, realize there's a much faster, clearer highway just around the corner. It's not a command to quit, it's an invitation to get smarter. So, we'll leave you with this question. Think about your most recent setback, that big, frustrating, one step forward, two steps back moment. It wasn't a failure, it was a signal. So what was it asking you to change? Because the answer to that question, well, that's the key to your next phase.